members of the corporation, distinguished guests, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. I am delighted to have this opportunity to welcome everyone to this, the second of today's 3 awards congregations. All of the staff here at University College Birmingham look forward to these events, but I suspect that our students even more keenly look forward to this day. It is a time for celebration. The hard work of our students is finally being rewarded. But it is also an important life event, often signifying some vital change. The 3 ceremonies we hold today will see over 1,200 students cross this stage to the applause of over 6,000 guests as you share in the joy of your daughters, sons, husbands, wives and friends. We welcome in particular the many family members and friends of our graduates. We understand that today is also a very special one for you. We, and I'm sure our students, recognise the important part you have played in their success, and we do hope that you enjoy this special day. We also welcome Georgina Lewis, who is here to witness the presentation of the Guy Trahan Memorial Award. We are also joined today by representatives of some of the employers and industries that have helped to develop our programmes, ensuring their continuing relevance to the industries they serve. From the point of view of our students, industry support is even more important in terms of providing placement opportunities and, most importantly of all, jobs for our graduates and diplomats upon graduation. I offer a warm welcome and the grateful thanks of the University for your continuing support. I also extend a warm welcome to colleagues from our partner institutions, Windsor Forest College Group, Cardiff and Vale College and RBH, all of whom have students graduating with us today. I also welcome from the University of Birmingham, the Pro-Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Armour, who is conferring degrees of the University at this congregation. Last but not least, we extend a special welcome to our diplomats and graduates. This morning, this afternoon even, you can give yourselves a pat on the back for a job well done. And when you walk across this stage to receive your awards, you can also soak up the tremendous sense of pride of your families, friends and tutors for what you have achieved. Today for you all, one chapter closes and another begins. For some of you, further study beckons, for others, the world of work. Whatever your future holds, make the most of today and make it an occasion for you, your families and friends, and one that you will always remember. Once again, welcome and congratulations on your success. So on with the congregation. I now call upon the Chancellor to address the congregation.
Well, welcome to you all on what is our favourite day of the year. It's the opportunity that we get to not only greet our students for a last time, but also to meet the people who support them and help them through their studies. This is a day when all things are possible, when there are no negatives, and all we should consider is success. Today we'll award more quality degrees than ever before, and from casual observation, we'll also welcome more mature students to the stage. And as a keen proponent of lifelong learning as a gateway to achieving personal objectives, I especially welcome that. You can all deservedly be pleased with the success. Before continuing, I would just like to make one point. This is not some stuffy occasion where you're expected to sit on your hands. I've attended ceremonies like that and they suck the fun out of it. At UCB, we believe in participation. So as your fellows, your family, your friends cross the stage, be sure that you give them plenty of applause and vocal support. The acoustics in this building are fabulous, so let's make the most of them. Make some noise. Feel free too to take as many photos as you wish. But remember, there are lots of photo opportunities throughout the day, so don't get carried away and miss the special moment when your newly confirmed graduate crosses the stage. It'll feel like the longest walk in the world to these guys. But to you, it'll be gone in the blink of an eye. And talking of photo opportunities, last year we established a new UCB tradition. After 20 years of presiding at these ceremonies, I decided it would be great if I could have a record of my own. And so, of course, that can only mean one thing, which is that it's time for a selfie. I'll put that on the UCB Twitter feed later on. It'll be there under, I suspect, hashtag UCB graduation 2018 or whatever. And it would be kind of nice if you guys would put your own photos as you go through the day and put them up onto the Twitter feed if you can, so that we can see some of the fun that you're having while we're in here for another ceremony tonight. There's an expectation, I think, that this opening address will offer words of wisdom and inspiration. But I have to say I was really struggling for inspiration myself on what to say. But reflecting on the last year and all that's happened, what I've particularly enjoyed and what I'd like to share with you is something about the UCB Twitter feed. I don't know if any of the staff responsible for it are here, but to me it's been a model for how social media can and should be used. It engages and it informs, and it does an excellent job. Whether it's been the fantastic student bloggers that I've enjoyed throughout the year, the individual departments or enterprise hive, there's been a constant stream of really engaging conversation. And a recent series of videos, last week in fact, asked past graduates what advice would they give to new undergrads. And some of the replies were these: follow your dreams, involve yourself with uni life, look after your health, become a mentor. I like this one. Actually read resource notes. Use the Academic Skills Centre. Do the work when you get it and don't leave it. Never known that one worked. Research. Make friends for life. And finally, enjoy it, because once it's gone, it's gone. And I wonder if those resonate with you and what advice you would give. And if you do want to contribute, and your programme has an invitation within it to join the UCB alumni. And if you'd like to join that, keep in touch and maybe help future generations of students by giving them your experience, your advice. One of the comments, look after your health, particularly resonated with me. A recent report from the new Office for Students concerns student mental health, and that's something we particularly prioritise at UCB. Indeed, the governing body commissioned its own report on student mental health provision before the OFS report, and we're broadly ahead of the curve. But one idea that did come forward, and which there'll be opportunity for parents and for students and for graduates to comment on in due course, is to allow the university to contact parents where there are concerns. Because at the moment we're not allowed to do that without your express permission. And I can't help but think that extra freedom to engage family support would be a positive move. One of the other comments was to make use of the Academic Skills Centre, which supports students, among other things, to improve literacy and numeracy. This summer I visited my daughter, who works at a university in the USA, and they were expressing concern at the loss of international students. Largely, they felt, because of lack of support within their infrastructure for learning English as a second language in particular, and also because of increasingly harsh immigration policies. They say that where the USA leads, we follow, and with our imminent withdrawal from the EU and an official policy of creating a hostile environment for migrants, we are more than following. Government policies impact directly on universities' ability to enrol EU and international students. And with their inevitable decline and the loss of research links, we lose invaluable intellectual and social diversity. The education sector, which is one of the UK's major export success stories, will be impacted to all our detriment. A recent article in the Times Higher Ed quoted a student who'd graduated in the UK and was now influential in trade negotiations for his home country. And he said, "I feel a great affinity for the UK. It was my home. I'll always favour it in my discussions." And at a time when we're walking away from the world's biggest trading market, I question whether we can afford to lose that goodwill and that influence. But back to Twitter. Among the Hive Enterprise tweets over the last week, there have been a series of videos by students, some certainly graduating today and some this afternoon, who've been supported to set up their own business. One remarkably successful enterprise is an award-winning business based simply on bread and cheese, which has led not only to a viable trading outlet, but to a research project in Germany. In sports management, a student has built an online site for bodybuilders, offering guidance and associated merchandise. And my personal favourite, a mature student who was made redundant from the job she loved, used her university studies to develop an events management service with linked photo booths and Prosecco bars, which she hopes to franchise in the future. Can't help thinking what's not to love about Prosecco bars. Looking from the industry viewpoint, I've learned from UCB Twitter about joint research programs creating case studies of live businesses, seeking solutions through engagement with our students, and of European funding being used to start up new businesses with mentoring, grants, networking and workspace. But there is, of course, a world outside of social media, although sometimes we might be forgiven for thinking otherwise. UCB is forging ahead with its new Phase 2 developments down in the Jewellery Quarter alongside McIntyre House, and projects are proceeding to enhance and improve student residencies. Programme quality is under constant review, with students fully engaged in the process. Where can you help us with that? Well, the now functioning Office for Students has real potential to ensure that students are, as they always should be, at the very centre of all we do. For information on what you want, they rely heavily on questionnaires completed by our students and on post-graduation employment surveys. So if you've enjoyed your time at UCB and your career is on track, let them know the good news by responding to those questionnaires when they hit your doormat. And that's it. The next hour is for you and your time to take centre stage. Enjoy.
Chancellor, members of the Corporation, distinguished guests, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, On occasion, the corporation considers awarding an honorary fellowship of the university. This honour is awarded to those individuals who have rendered important services to UCB over a sustained period and have been members of or closely associated with the university. In this ceremony, we will be conferring one honorary fellowship. It gives me great pleasure to read the citation for the conferment of an honorary fellowship on Richard Brocklesby. Richard started his 28 years long association with what was then Birmingham College of Food, Tourism and Creative Studies in 1990 as a lecturer in food production. Prior to this, Richard served as an apprentice for Mitchell and Butlers in the 1960s, and following this moved to a number of other chef positions, including Director Chef at BSA Limited and Chef Manager at Grand Meat Limited. He worked at East Warwickshire College, West Suffolk College and Solihull College, where he was a Grade 2 lecturer in 1982. When he left them, it was with regret on their behalf, and his reference stated, "Richard's trade and professional skills are well above average and are recognised by national trade who witness not only his skills but his ability to transfer, as demonstrated by the success of his students in National Salon Culinaire competition. His admin procedures are immaculate, precise and intelligently undertaken." And I'm sure if we wrote a reference today, it would say much of the same. In his early years at UCB, Richard, or Brock, excelled in the competition team within his particular skill of reinventing classic cuisines into modern interpretation. This was reflected in many a success with students, some of whom are now staff, such as Adam Pickett and Matthew Shropshire, winning major competitions nationally. Not one for shying away from trends and techniques, Richard has always kept his finger on the pulse, with stagiaires with acclaimed chefs such as Marco Pierre White, Gordon Ramsay and Rick Stein. Richard was always a popular lecturer with staff and students alike. In fact, he has taught many of the staff who sit behind him now. It is a testament to the high regard he is universally held by his former colleagues. They state, "The biggest compliment I can say about Richard is that whenever you meet someone new in the trade, whether through competition or work, 9 times out of 10, once you start talking to them, the first person they know at UCB is Richard." Over the 26 years I have known him, his drive and enthusiasm for being a chef has never wavered. When talking with students, his legacy is apparent. The students state he has always gone the extra mile to support them, both in competitions or assessments. This one might sound a little bit cheeky, this next one. His work ethic and dedication is inspirational. I don't know how he has sustained the energy required in his senior years. One current lecturer in particular remembers the influence that Richard had on him as a student. He says, "He mentored me in my first competition, which we won. The sessions to practice for the competition were the same nights as my football training, and I had a bit of a moan to Richard about this. He said he would come to watch me play, which he did miles from where he lived, and then he would tell me what I should do, football or the competition. After the 90 minutes, he came over to me and said, 'I'll see you in the kitchen.'" In fact, the only negative thing that many staff will say about Richard is that he supports Aston Villa. Richard, we wish you a long and happy retirement and thank you for your many years of dedication to both staff and students at UCB. To finish off, I would like to share an ode to Richard written by one of our College of Food Assistant Deans, John Penn. An ode to Sir Richard of Brocklesby. Sir Richard of Brocklesby, that is his name, a legend of larder, guard manager in Maine. Apprentice to a scoffier, or so they say, Richard of Brocklesby knew his way. A villa stalwart and worked there too, so many years of, that's the last season I'll do. A breakdown in freezer, but all is not lost. Several pairs of glasses, now on defrost. Stages with Pierre White, Ramsay and Stein to name a few, but They can't make a Michelin sausage like you. Competition successes in the early years, respect for his culinary and artistic ideas. 28 years of dry-aged mince, work shoes and telephones can now have a rinse. Too many good memories to mention, so little time to tell. Above all of this, we're proud to say, and from your brigade, Sir Richard of Brocklesby, don't go away. There's curing and smoking and faggots to be made. Ladies and gentlemen, for sustained and outstanding commitment to UCB, it is my great pleasure and privilege to commend Richard Brocklesby to you for conferment as an Honorary Fellow of the University.
By the authority vested in me as Vice-Chancellor and Principal, I declare you Honorary Fellow. I congratulate you and welcome you amongst us. Well done.
Vice-Chancellor and Principal, I call upon the Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Michael Harkin, to present to you the first group of UCB award holders.
Vice-Chancellor and Principal, I present the names of those diplomats and graduates as listed in the programme, both in attendance and in absentia, proved worthy to be admitted to their respective degrees. Foundation degree, Applied Food and Nutrition.
Johan Elkerton. Deborah Hughes.
BSc Honours, Applied Food and Nutrition.
Jasmine Ahad. Renice Allen. Marie Ballard, First Class. Afsha Begum. Angelica Brown. Lionel Bulabula. Dani Savarika. Nabiha Chowdhury. Victoria Cragg, First Class. Noreen Cusack. Katarzyna Frankowska. Alexander Green. Chantel Gardner. Hayley Hill. Charlotte Hoyle, First Class. Jamie Hughes, First Class. Emily Hurst. Saira Hussain. Bina Ladd, First Class. Alexandra Lee, First Class. Natasha Lena Lee. Christy Newman, First Class. Tajminda Panisar. Barmini Patel, First Class. Emma Louise Payne, First Class. George Powell. Dawn Reynolds. Dolly Maisie Smith, first class. Alison Stiles, first class. Helena Thomas Harmon, first class. Mistral Tredget, first class. Hannah Turner.
Foundation degree, Bakery and Patisserie Technology.
Sophie Anderson. Debussy Annie. Chelsea Collins. Kirsty Day. Amatula Gull. Jodie Hadley. Amy Harris. Sonia Hopkins. Sarah Johnson. Fatumata Conte. Shanice Robinson. Stephanie Taylor.
BSc Honours, Bakery and Patisserie Technology.
Judith Carenza Atkins. Charlotte Avis, first class. Erina Badu. Lucy Bailey. Eleanor Broom, first class. Holly Jane Burgess. Hannah Chapman. Hannah Earls, first class. Rochelle Eastgate. Stephanie Evans. Claire Fielding. Faith Naomi Francis. Laura Greenfield, first class. Jackson Tien Lee Ho. Hannah Jane Hughes. Katrina Jacobs Cook, first class. Georgia May Kilgannon. Charlotte Emily Murray. First class, sorry Charlotte. Violet Sanday. Eleanor Smith, first class. Lynn Smith. Connie Taylor. Amelia Elizabeth Woolwich.
Foundation degree, Hospitality, Tourism and Events Management, Cardiff and Vale College.
Sophie Fender. Thomas Hall.
Foundation degree in Professional Hospitality Operational Management, RBH.
Georgia Verity Bacon. Sarah Louise Barker. Marina Beliza. Taylor Rose Camel. Thomas Crackett. Blake Marlowe. Naomi Matthews. Kyle Kevin Mayo. Rebecca Moylett. Leah Orridge. Zach Penny. Natasha Richmond. Kenneth Robert Scott. Stacey Wright.
Foundation degree, Service Sector Management.
Kirsty Ann Kroll. Louise Harris. Aoife Higginbottom. Edward Patterson. John Watts.
Foundation degree, Tourism and Hospitality Management, South and City College.
Katie Frost. Alicia Rutter.
Foundation degree, Tourism and Hospitality Management, Windsor Forest Colleges Group.
Meghna Bamba. Chantel Ellington. Johan Lipafarania. Veronica Nowakowska. Crislin Paul. Bethany Rout. Rita Sharma. Melissa Thomas. Asad Al-Haq.
City and Guilds, Level 4 in Hospitality Management.
Tiffany Copeland. James Millward.
Vice-Chancellor and Principal, this completes the presentation of those diplomates and graduates in attendance.
I confer upon you the award for which you were presented, and I admit to their degrees in absentia those persons listed in the programme who were unable to attend this afternoon's congregation.
Professor Armour, I call upon the Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Michael Harkin, to present to you the first group of the University of Birmingham award holders.
Professor Armour, to you and to the University, I present the names of these graduates as listed in my programme, both in attendance and in absentia, prove worthy to be admitted to their respective degrees.
By virtue of my authority as Pro-Vice-Chancellor, I admit those persons listed in the programme to the degree for which they are to be presented.
Foundation degree, Culinary Arts Management with placement.
Ryan Gray. Alexander Harrison. Patience Megesa. Alice Makahabadze. Janita Manka. Toriro Mponda. Ivy Mwenda. Daniel Musabi. Roko Skocic. Danielle Walker.
BA Culinary Arts Management.
Panagiotis Indanu.
BA Honours Culinary Arts Management.
Matthew Bacon. Christina Bentley, First Class. Lara Cadio, First Class. Kyle Burnett. Shun Yi Chan. Chun Yin Nesta Chow. First Class. Mark Staniel Chong. Christopher Cowden, First Class. Jade Anwin Evans, First Class. Jack Gameson, First Class. Rena Jane Marie Gibson, First Class. Hui Hang Lei. Aisha Lewis, First Class. Chun Hoi Lin, First Class. Abdullahi Mustafa. Peter Elliott Price, First Class. Thomas Allen Price, First Class. Jack Reynolds, First Class. Pauline Wilson. Ho Wai Wang. Wei Sum Wong. Ginger Yap.
BA Honours Culinary Arts Management with Placement.
Dennis Abintawi. Hannah Avery, First Class. Justina Bajorinate. Emily Berg, First Class. Lewis Brandon Collins, First Class. Katie Edmonds. Alexandra Fathers, First Class. Abigail Daisy Fenn, First Class. Millie Fitton, First Class. Joshua Hale. Nicholas Yong Lee Jun, First Class. Hugo Montgomery. Andre Nikora, First Class. Abigail Pierce, First Class. Alice Prothero, First Class. Rushab Shah. Matthew Wiltshire, First Class. Hazel Angela Wooten, First Class. Fui Ki Yo, First Class. Davidas Starsky. Nan Xiao, First Class.
Foundation Degree, Food Development and Innovation.
Edward Bryers. Marianne Hashi. Elliot Saunderson.
BSc, Food Development and Innovation with Placement.
Marcus John Charles.
BSc Honours, Food Development and Innovation.
William Abbott. Isabel Baldwin, first class. Cherry Belgrave. Peter Evans, first class. Benjamin Charles King, first class. Brogan Knight, first class. Darcy Laceby, first class. Morag Maguire. Baljit Moore. Milan Patel. Sam Painter. Abigail Reeve, first class. Iola Seabright, first class.
BSc Honours, Food Development and Innovation with placement.
Cameron Thomas Dawson, first class. Lily Elizabeth Mitchell, first class. Max Ravenscroft, first class.
Foundation degree, Hospitality and Tourism Management with placement.
Zevada Karalic. Sheila Marina Gomez Wilson. Siobhan Johnson.
BA Honours, Hospitality and Tourism Management.
Jose Maria Azevedo Ribeiro. Karina Zi-Yung Fu, first class. Rui He. Layla Hopcut. Mubarak Mumuni. Chia Chi Ye. Yijun Zhu.
BA Honours, Hospitality and Tourism Management with placement.
Lana Barasic. Yu Hee-Tin Huang. Wing Lam Kwan. Elizabeth Ann Goodwin Lingard, first class. Baishao Liu. Lula Liu. Victoria Moraes Pask. Ralucia Iona Pugh. Roskas Vispicius. Martina Laskova. Daisy Witherden, first class. Angel Wan, first class. Lenka Zavarenkova, first class. Xu Wenzhu.
Foundation degree, Hospitality Business Management.
Jane Deas Hinch. Ria May Kinch. Melissa Tafani.
Foundation degree, Hospitality Business Management with placement.
Tamara Jackson. Kristen McKnight.
BA Honours, Hospitality Business Management.
Jordan Askew. Joseph Blackmore Dawes, first class. Elliot Botterill. Barry Cooksey. Eddie Hasri. Brina Ang, first class. Anne Rurina Tum, first class. Win Yin Tong. Jade Kwen Gyok Wong. Jasmine Keesing Wong.
BA Honours, Hospitality Business Management with Placement.
Stefania Antichristi, first class. Sarah Cowie, first class. Harry Curran. Jayu Fan. Mingriu Gao. Nason Nkuku. Guillaume Michel Nouri, first class. Federico Diogo da Costa Oliveira. Joshua Robert Sidney. Hung Ai Tiong. Alexandra Catalina Viliescu. Han Ying Yu.
Foundation degree, Hospitality with Events Management with Placement.
Wendy Sharp. Rosie Smith.
BA Hospitality with Events Management.
Kashana Minut. Simeon Sargent.
BA Honours Hospitality with Events Management.
Dominic Addy, first class. Mariama Dumbuya. Jake Harrison. Joshua Thornton Monk.
BA Honours Hospitality with Events Management with Placement.
Mohammed Fahan Ansari. Denisa Dodova. Francis Harrison Majil, first class. Lydia Howard, first class. Kerry-Ann McClanahan. Katerina Rybkova, first class. Markita Tabaskova. Katie Trainer, first class. Tung Doreen Yim.
BA Honours International Hospitality and Tourism Management.
Chanel Burrido, first class. Jingyu Duan. Gad Ekochu. Barbora Filipova, first class. Violet Rudo Kujeke. Jishuan Li. Jingyuan Ma. Monica Magabulu. Yik Ye Poon. Jingxi Xu. Hai Chen Yu.
BA Honours, International Hospitality and Tourism Management, Hong Kong Block.
Jia Ju. Kei Yin Karen Ng, First Class.
Professor Armour, this completes the presentation of the first group of University of Birmingham diplomates and graduates.
This year, we are also celebrating excellence in teaching as judged by you, the students, through our Spotlight on Great Teaching Awards. Students were asked to nominate staff against the following criteria: lecturers who light up a subject with passion, energy and insight, use unusual and engaging methods of lesson delivery, make students feel challenged but supported, give useful and timely feedback and keep students on track, have a positive approach and are accessible, make students want to learn more, and use teaching methods that require students to learn actively and cooperatively. Nominations were received from over 600 students this year, and the winners were selected by a cross-university panel that included representation from the Guild of Students. I'm delighted that we have two members of staff here this afternoon who were selected as winners of the award. Vice-Chancellor and Principal, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the recipients of the UCB Spotlight on Great Teaching Award. Mike Edwards, Lecturer in Culinary Arts. Joe Lyons, Lecturer in Baking Technology. We now turn to the presentation of our Memorial Award winners. These award winners might not ordinarily have gained the highest grades on their programmes. They may not necessarily be the ones who stand out in a crowd. However, they are students who, in the opinion of their tutors, deserve special mention. Some have made a significant contribution to the life of the university, others have had to overcome obstacles to study, a number have shown sustained endeavour, while some have managed that elusive juggling act of combining study with work and family commitments. Our presentation in this ceremony is that of the Guy Trahan Memorial Awards. Guy Christopher Trahan was a member of the Universities Corporation from July 2008 until his untimely death in March 2014. Prior to his appointment to the corporation, Guy had been the university's property advisor for nearly 20 years. He was a man of great warmth and charm who was very popular with everyone he came into contact with. He was very proud of his association with the university and always looked forward to our awards congregations and applauding the success of our students. This award has been established to commemorate a truly influential and prominent supporter of our university. We're delighted that Guy's daughter is here with us today to witness the presentation of this year's awards. Today we will present two Guy Trahan Memorial Awards. I would like to introduce you the first recipient of the award, Ben King. Ben began his life at UCB when he enrolled on the Culinary Arts Management programme in 2014, having studied food production at Westminster College. His practical skills were excellent, and he had a flair for pastry work and an aspiration to work at a very high level. However, during his second year placement, Ben faced a number of difficulties and decided that a full-time career in the kitchen was not for him. However, he was undeterred and still keen to continue a career that involved his passion for food. In 2015, therefore, he transferred to the Food Development and Innovation degree. During this time, he also started working within the marketing department as a student ambassador, as well as continuing his involvement as a leader in his local scout group outside of university life. Throughout his 4 years at UCB, Ben has made a massive impact on everyone he meets. He fully immersed himself in the university, in terms of his studies and his role as a student ambassador. He has supported both staff and students alike. He is an excellent ambassador for UCB, always putting the university first. His enthusiasm and ability to communicate to a wide audience about his study experience and learning opportunities have prompted many visiting students to consider food-related study pathways at UCB. Ben has taught to groups which have included school parties, industry representatives, and more recently was interviewed on the local TV news to comment on obesity levels. He's also represented the student body on a number of occasions, meeting external examiners, local and international dignitaries, including HRH, the Countess of Wessex. He's a great asset to the marketing team, and he's always willing to help and support them in their activities. His reliability and enthusiastic input will be greatly missed now he has graduated. In support of UCB food students and developing relationships with the food industry, 2 years ago, Ben undertook the role of student representative for the UCB for the Institute of Food Science and Technology, a role which he has conducted with professionalism and commitment, and has benefited by networking with major players within the industry and attendance at high-profile events. Ben has actively sought to get involved in a wide range of extracurricular activities, which helped shape his CV for the future, adding value at the same time to the UCB community. His abilities and positive attitude have filtered into his studies. Despite challenges and time commitment to outside activities, he has always given his all to his academic studies, and his persistence and a desire to produce assessed work of a professional standard have led him to be successfully graduating today with a first-class honours degree. This achievement, together with his passion for food and commitment, mean that he will be a great asset to his future employers. We wish him success in his first job and future career. I am delighted then, Vice-Chancellor and Principal, to present to you Ben King for a Guy Trahan Memorial Award on the grounds of outstanding commitment to UCB and overcoming obstacles to study. I would like to introduce to you the second recipient of the Guy Trahan Memorial Award, Christy Newman. Christy joined the Applied Food and Nutrition programme in the first year of its run-in and was full of enthusiasm for what was being delivered and how. She was always an engaged and vibrant member of the group and was actively involved in all elements of the programme. This was despite severe financial issues, which were only brought to light after a short period of unusual absence from the class. Despite facing these issues, Christy was determined to raise funds to continue her studies, and in fact at one point it appeared that she sold the majority of both her and her friends' clothing on eBay to raise monies. Regardless of her situation outside university, Christy continued with good grades and attendance and her unbeatable enthusiasm for what she was learning within the programme. Whilst her achievements and successes within the course were stable, her issues outside of the university and those outside of her control continued. And in her final year, Christy was needed to support a family member. This support on one occasion required her to fly to America and back again, while still managing to hand in a draft copy of her final dissertation project. She managed throughout this period to miss minimal classes, and she continued to support the family member in need. In addition to this, she's continued to provide an exceptional service to vulnerable people within Birmingham. After a lecture on food poverty, she volunteered with Food Cycle to create substantial cooked meals for those in need, using food that would otherwise be wasted. She has become a great advocate for the reduction of food waste within the programmes at UCB, and staff always have to watch what they are throwing away when Christie's around. In fact, during her time on the programme, Christie has become a project leader for Food Cycle in Aston and has petitioned to companies, including UCB, to hand over their unwanted and otherwise wasted foods. At times, Christie has collected loads of bread from our bakery classes that are produced too late to make the shop and turned them into fabulous meals for Food Cycle. Furthermore, recently she returned to the first year module that had inspired her to volunteer with Food Cycle to discuss with new students the reality of food poverty within Birmingham, the issue of food waste and what Food Cycle does. In addition, she has run a session with some visiting students from abroad on the project. She was a natural, and we will definitely be inviting her back in the future to do the same. Further to all of the above, Christie is always one of the first students to put themselves forward when staff ask for students' assistance to talk to an external examiner, coming in to help with something we are trialling, discussing the programme on a local TV channel, or speaking with classes of students earlier on in their academic year, or talking to prospective students. She always makes a fabulous impression whenever we have guest speakers, and we know that she will be a great success in the future. Christie graduates today with a first-class honours degree and has been accepted to City University London to study food policy at master's level. We wish her the very best, and we know that she will be making a positive impact on the industry in the future. I am delighted then, Vice-Chancellor and Principal, to present to you Christie Newman for a Guy Trahan Memorial Award on the grounds of outstanding commitment to UCB, exceptional service to a community and overcoming obstacles to study. Vice-Chancellor and Principal, this completes the presentation of the Memorial Awards. Professor Armour, I call upon the Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Michael Harkin, to present to you the second group of the University of Birmingham award holders.
Professor Armour, to you and to the University, I present the names of these graduates as listed in my programme, both in attendance and in absentia, proved worthy to be admitted to their respective degrees. Postgraduate Diploma, Hospitality with Tourism Management.
Zhongwen Li.
Postgraduate Diploma, Hospitality with Tourism Management with Placement.
Rabia Maksood. Yuan Zhang.
MSc, Hospitality with Tourism Management.
Gitam. Hasnia Amin. Rinos Antionades. Daryl Arnold with distinction. Daryl Arnold with distinction. Muay Lan Chan. Shifi Cheng. Chi Yan Chui. Hang Hui Dong. Chunlin Guan. Weng Twing Huang with distinction. Yujia Hu, Hongui Jiang, Tong Li with distinction, Yang Li, Yuan Li, Xujun Liu, Yan Li Liu, Georgina Jane Loveday Cotton, Yichun Lu, Heping Ma, Li Ma, Yang Shi Pan, Chen Qian, Antong Shen, Jingyu Shen, Yang Min Su, Yu Sun, Yu Qing Tiao with distinction, Jia Xing Wang, Luk Xuan Wang, Qi Wang, Jishuan Hu, Dan Xia, Qiang Yung Shu, Mia Hong Ye, Yang Hua Yang, Pilan Ye, Zhen Yu, Jixiang Yu, Simen Zheng, Wan Yishang, Wei Shang, Yinchen Shang with distinction, Yu Xiang, Ru Yu Zheng, Ziwi Zhong, Jun Xu, Yang Zhu, Yu Zhu,
MSc Hospitality with Tourism Management with placement.
Marta Andrade Gomez de Oliveira, Ana Marta da Fonseca Marcello with distinction, Delare Delixiati, Ana Sarah Figuera de Jesus Ribeiro with distinction, Guan Guan Luan, Angela Thompson with distinction,
MA Culinary Arts Management with placement.
Zhengqing Zhu,
MA Culinary Arts Management, Ireland.
Sadie Daveran with distinction, Mark Johnston with distinction, Alan Joseph Moore, Mary Morrison with distinction, Sarah Brid Ryan with distinction,
MA International Hospitality Management.
Tay Arnaud Ribet with distinction. Astrid Gaven with distinction. Monish Driver. Charlotte Hochart with distinction. Xiang Liu with distinction. Yao Ma with distinction. Kenneth Nalitambe. Xiu Yu Pan with distinction. Fu Han Tang with distinction. Zhirong Yang.
Vice-Chancellor, this draws to a close the formal proceedings.
Well, where do I begin after a congregation such as the one that we have just witnessed? I think I'll start with all of our guests up in that top circle up there. Are you okay? No nosebleeds? You could see and hear everything? Fantastic. And do you agree that this congregation was a fitting ceremony to celebrate the success of our students? So, my first thanks this afternoon is to all of you, our guests, for the tremendous support that you have offered our students during their programs. But I'll come back to that in a short while. I also want to say to our students, you know, lots of people call for more diversity in the higher education sector. I suggest they've never been to one of our congregations. Because today, this afternoon, we have had students from across the world cross this stage. But it isn't just about students from across the world crossing this stage. I noticed probably at least a dozen students who began their careers with us on further education programs, maybe 6 years ago, who might not have had the best of experiences at school, who came and joined a vocational program here and who thrived, who decided that they could achieve and their ambitions were raised and they decided to stay for a degree program with us, and today they have crossed the stage as graduates. And I hope that some of them will cross the stage again as master's students in the very, very near future. So, I don't intend to make any political statements today, but I couldn't help pick up on what the Chancellor said at the beginning. And that was about Brexit, and it was about immigration policy. And all I know is that the richness of the educational environment at UCB, with students from so many backgrounds, so many different countries, and so many different aspirations. And whatever happens in 6 months' time, I hope that that same mix of students will still be able to come here and study with us. Because it just doesn't enrich the learning experience of every other student. It enriches the experience of all of your lecturers and your tutors. Now, you probably came here today thinking that you were going to sit in your seats, stand up, walk across the stage, and everyone would cheer and clap and congratulate you on your success. Yeah? think of something else the Chancellor said. The Chancellor said we like to be interactive here at UCB, and you are now just about to become interactive. You know, I know, that there are two groups of people here today without whose help and support either you wouldn't be here, or secondly, you might not have achieved as well as you have achieved. And that first group are the people I spoke about first of all. Your families, your loved ones. People who, in some cases, gave birth to you. People who, in some cases, nurtured you. People who, without doubt, have put up with you on bad days when you didn't want to get out of bed and didn't want to come to university. And probably were the first people you went to when you want to borrow some money because you've spent your student grant, you know? You know, if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't be here. So the first thing I'm going to get you to do is to join me in thanking your families and friends for all of the love, help and support they've given you. So come on, join me. Okay. Don't sit down, because don't sit down, because this is interactive. I'd say two things. First thing is, that's probably the first time you've done as you're told at UCB. The second thing I'm going to say, it's probably the first time your families and friends have heard for a long time how much you appreciate the help and support they've given you. So we've done a good thing today. The second group, undoubtedly without whose help and support you wouldn't have achieved so well, are the wonderful staff of UCB. And here, I'm not just talking about those staff sitting on the stage. I'm talking about all of the staff who are working behind the scenes, all of the staff who are back at Summer Row and McIntyre House making sure the university continues to function. These are the ones who've probably seen you at your lowest ebb. A day or so away from handing in an assignment, pulling your hair out about what you're going to do. These are the people you've gone to for help. These are the people who occasionally have had to cajole you. These are the people who occasionally have had to persuade you just to stick with it a little bit longer. So the last thing I'm going to ask you to do today, and I really hope you lift the roof, is join me in thanking the fantastic staff who've supported you throughout your course. Almost done. You can sit down. Almost done. I can hear Broad Street beckoning for some of you. I should say, the Chancellor said at the beginning, send us lots of photographs when you're out there tonight. I'd probably say up till about 9 o'clock. After that, please don't send us any photographs. So, it's almost the end of the congregation, but I just want to say, we're going in a few seconds to have the national anthem. I'm going to ask you to stand for that. And I'm also going to ask you to remain in your seats till the Chancellor's procession leaves the hall. But finally, I promise you this is the last thing I'm going to say. On behalf of everyone here at UCB, I wish you every success in the future.